The air in suburban Orlando was thick with the scent of rain-soaked pine and warm asphalt as the Harper family stood on the porch of their modest three-bedroom home on Cedar Lane. For Lisa and Tom Harper, this house wasn't just brick and mortar, it was a hard-won sanctuary, a finish line after years of scraping by. They'd spent a decade bouncing between cramped apartments with paper-thin walls, noisy neighbors, and landlords who fixed leaks only when it suited them. Tom had juggled 2 jobs, while Lisa stretched every dollar, whispering over muted TVs about bills and dreams of just one more month. In 2017, their fortunes shifted. Tom landed a promotion at the car dealership, Lisa found steady work at the local library, and with a small loan, they bought this house. It wasn't grand, the floors creaked, the paint chipped in corners, but to them, it was everything. A tire swing hung from an oak in the yard, Lisa's tulips bloomed by the walkway, and Tom's grandfather's old armchair sat proudly in the Levy-wying room. This was where their kids, Ethan and Lily, could grow up safe, where laughter echoed and thunderstorms rolled in, watched from rocking chairs. The neighborhood felt like a warm embrace at first. Kids biked until streetlights flickered on, neighbors waved, and the homeowners association kept things tidy: paved streets, timely trash pickup, twinkling holiday lights. Lisa even baked cookies for HOA meetings, eager to pitch in. But slowly, the warmth faded. Notices piled up, a garden hose left out, a recycling bin too visibile, a mailbox deemed non-compliant. Fines came for a Halloween pumpkin left past its seasonal window. The bylaws, dense and impenetrable, were flung at them when they sought answers. Emails went ignored, calls unanswered. The HOA, once a neighborly council, morphed into a faceless enforcer, lurking with fees and warnings. Still, the Harpers complied, trimming hedges, paying fines, keeping peace. They had a mortgage, kids to raise, memories to build. They didn't know that buried in those bylaws was a clause, a ticking bomb that could strip them of everything. It was March 2024 when Lisa missed the due law $400 annual HOA fee. She wasn't careless. Life had just pulled her away. Her mother, battling late-stage cancer in Michigan, needed her. Lisa flew back and forth, sleeping in hospital chairs, holding her mother's frail hand through endless nights. Back in Florida, mail stacked up, emails overflowed, and time blurred into doctors' updates and test results. The HOA's reminder, if it came, drowned in the chaos. By mid-April, Lisa returned, spotted the oversight, and paid the fee with the due law $20 late charge, setting a reminder for next year. She thought she'd fixed it. She didn't know the HOA, led by President Gerald Vaughn, a man who'd once complimented their Christmas lights, had already acted. Without a call, a VY sit, or a second notice, they'd filed for non-judicial foreclosure. Florida law allowed it, 30 days overdue, no judge, no hearing, just paperwork. The Harpers' home, their anchor, their dream, was sold on paper before they even knew. The knock came on a Wednesday, the kind of warm, ordinary day where lawnmowers hum and laundry sways on the line. Lisa was folding towels in the kitchen, Tom scanning emails, the kids at the table with homework. Tom opened the door, expecting a neighbor or a delivery. Instead, a man in khakis, clipboard in hand, stood there, calm as stone. "I'm the new owner," he said, handing over a foreclosure notice. "You have 30 days to vacate." Tom laughed, a nervous reflex. "Is this a joke?" The man didn't blink. The paperwork was real: county stamps, a deed transfer, a sale price of due law $28,000. Lisa joined him, dish towel in hand, and felt the ground shift as she read the words. Their home, paid for with years of sacrifice, gone over a fee they'd already settled. Ethan, 12 and lanky, peeked out. "Is this a prank?" No one answered. Tom's hand shook as he scoured the pages for a mistake, but it was all there, legal and final. Lisa sank onto the stairs, her mind racing. How could this happen? They'd never missed a mortgage payment, never owed taxes. Yet here was a stranger, holding the deed to their lives. By morning, they were at the kitchen table, coffee cold, folders scattered. They called lawyers. One didn't take HOA cases, another demanded a steep retainer, the third sighed. They followed procedure. Procedure. At City Hall, a clerk shrugged. The county can't touch HOA foreclosures. At the HOA office, Gerald Vaughn, who they'd seen cruising by on his golf cart, while VYing like a friend, now hid behind papers. Notices were sent, he said, eyes fixed on his desk. You should have read them. No empathy, no pause, just bylaws. Legal aid, housing advocates, realtors all echoed the same. The sale was valid, the new owner owed nothing, the mortgage company was paid off from the auction. The Harpers weren't homeowners anymore. They were ghosts in their own house, surrounded by their kids' drawings, their painted walls, their life, none of it theirs. Late that night, in Lisa's sister's quiet kitchen, with Tom asleep on a pull-out couch and the kids tucked in, Lisa opened her laptop. Grief, rage, and helplessness churned inside her. She hit record, no script, just her in a faded hoodie, eyes red. My name is Lisa Harper, she began, voice soft but raw. 2 weeks ago, we lost our home. Not because we couldn't pay our mortgage, but because we missed a due law 400 HOA fee while I was caring for my dying mother. She told it all, the house, the fee, the knock, the betrayal. We didn't know they could take it. We didn't know they already had. She posted it to a local group and went to bed. By morning, it had 8,000 VYUs. By night, 300,000. Within days, 3.7 million. Comments flooded in. This happened to my aunt in Miami. HOAs are predators. I'm a lawyer, I'll help for free. For the first time, Lisa and Tom felt a flicker of hope, not peace, but a sense they weren't alone. Then came an email from Senator Maria Alvarez, who'd seen the VY Dale and had her own HOA scars. She'd been crafting a bill to curb HOA powers, and Lisa's story was the spark it needed. Bill 1187 aimed to end non-judicial foreclosures, cap fines, and mandate clear notices. Will you testify? She asked. Lisa thought of their porch, Ethan's soccer trophies, Lily's fridge art, and Gerald Vaughn's cold stare. She typed back, yes. On April 7, 2025, Lisa stood in a Tallahassee chamber, navy dress ironed, hands trembling as she faced lawmakers and cameras. We weren't negligent, she said, voice steady despite her nerves. I was with my mother, fighting for her life. We missed a due law 400 fee, paid it late, and lost our home. It was legal, buried in a contract we signed years ago. It was enough to take everything. The room fell silent, cameras stilled. We didn't know this could happen. Now we do. So do millions. Are we okay with that? Applause erupted, not for politics, but for truth laid bare. Her words trended online, the 400 foreclosure blazing across platforms. By noon, Bill 1187 had 47 co-sponsors. At 3:07 p.m., it passed unanimously, a rare unity in a DVY-dead world. The Florida Fair Home Protection Act, soon called the Harper Law, was born. That afternoon, Tom's phone rang. A local number, unfamiliar. Mr. Harper, I represent the buyer of your home, said a lawyer. He's seen the news, your wife's testimony. He doesn't want this fight. He'll sell it back at cost due law $28,000, no profit. Tom stood on his sister-in-law's porch, stunned. We just want to go home, he said. Hours later, in a small real estate office, Lisa and Tom signed papers. The buyer's lawyer slid over an envelope. Inside was their house key, warm from the sun. Lisa clutched Tom's hand, saying nothing. As they stepped into the Florida light, a weight lifted, not fully, but enough. They drove to Cedar Lane as the sun dipped low. The house looked both familiar and strange. Mailbox, fresh green door, empty flower beds. Inside, half-finished floors and beige walls greeted them, some furniture gone. But the staircase's curve, the creak of the third floorboard, the light's glow at dusk, it was theirs. Ethan and Lily raced upstairs, laughing, rediscovering their rooms. In the kitchen, Lisa touched the countertop, eyes closed, feeling every school lunch packed, every late-night talk. Tom hugged her, whispering, "We're home." It wasn't just a house reclaimed, it was a fight won. The Harper law protected others from HOA tyranny. They weren't victims anymore, they were a voice, a reason. That night, on blankets in the barely viewing room, they ate pizza, laughed, and built box forts. Lisa looked at her family, the porch lights spilling in, and smiled. They hadn't just returned. They'd made it matter. At the bill's signing, Senator Alvarez handed Lisa the pen. "Your courage gave us this," the governor said. "No family will lose their home over a few $100s again." Lisa tucked the pen away, fragile as hope. Back home, the Harpers rebuilt, not just walls, but a legacy. Their story, once a quiet injustice, had ignited a movement, proving that truth, spoken boldly, could shift the world. And in that shift, they found not just a home, but a purpose.